Hello everyone. Welcome to another episode in our speedrun against Kuzi Tri-Chess, rated 1500. So, a serious opponent who joined 3 months ago. I almost played the Bishop's opening, but this is a Ruy Lopez speedrun from the white side. So let's hope that we get it on the board. Hello? Okay, so now we get it on the board. Bishop b5, pressuring the center indirectly. He simply protects the pawn. We can castle. And by move 4, our king is tucked in the side. We're ready to develop our queen side. He brings out a piece and attacks our center. Let's improve a piece and defend. He now attacks our bishop. I don't see a reason to give it up for the knight, since his center is well defended. And seeing as if I go this way and he kicks me, I haven't played c3 yet and can't tuck it, and I'll have to go to b3 where he can hunt it further. I'm going to choose f1 instead, which, although it may look funny, like the starting square, it's not blocking the rooks and the king is tucked, so it's quite a nice square. h6, a slow prophylactic move. And you could play d4, c3, knight c3. He's playing very slowly. Maybe we could just blow it open instead of preparing it. Let's try that. Because, I mean, he's only moved his knight, and although it doesn't look like I moved a lot, being castled really, that takes many turns. So he needs to take 2 turns to castle, so it's a decent lead in development if you're already castled. So he develops the bishop. Now it's a Philidor-esque style. If we take this, he's always defended. If we push, he'll probably go back home, and then you can play a space gaining type of game. It's possible. You could also just develop. You could also do prophylaxis. There's many different things you can do. I'm going to play h3, just making sure his light square bishop has nowhere to go. He's kind of cramped, right? He put his bishop inside his pawn chain, not out. He doesn't have many squares for his pieces, and immediately walks into a fork at the rating of 1500. And so I was trying to just limit his bishop's development to d7, which isn't an amazing square, but he blunders it by trying to go to the more active e6, which is where you would want it to be if you weren't blundering a piece. But instead of giving up the knight, he gives up the bishop. So now we're just up a clean piece. We have our win condition. I'm going to just offer this guy a draw. Since I'm up a piece and the game kind of just started, he takes it. We'll go to the next one. Against Lisandro, rated 1500. Let's see if we get a Ruy Lopez from this guy. As his connection flickers. So we get the same starting moves, and he also defends it the same way as the other guy. And now we get to castle. But now we get a different move. He breaks the pin, which is fine. We can play c3, prepping d4 in the future, also giving our bishop a hole. That way we don't have to go to f1 like in the last game. f1 isn't a very nice post, but it doesn't support the center. It does protect your king nicely, however. So he develops the knight, which now attacks the pawn. Now we can play the rook to e1 as a response, improving our piece. He retreats the knight, offering a trade. Bit odd. I feel like because he moved his knight back, he's messing up coordination and development. Can't castle. So it seems like it might be in my interest to take, and then blow open the center while he's all messed up. He might castle along there. So instead, I'm thinking throw in a4. Now he's likely to kick it anyway, but this a4 move will always come in handy. If he ever does castle queenside in any line, I'll be glad this is included. If he takes, well then my rook opens up and good luck castling there. And I have this pawn as an annoyance, right? So let's see what he does. He could of course go c6 and d5, which would be like the principal response. So c6, and then now I can't go back into my cubbyhole the way I wanted. So I'll then go to f1, d5. Maybe it's playable, maybe it hangs the pawn, I don't know. In any case, c6 probably not a bad move to include. I'll drop back to f1. I mean, you could drop back here and here. Okay, maybe I'll do that. A different way to get there, I guess. I guess c2, I'd rather have it than f1, supporting the pawn. Either way, though, we'll see. No matter what he does, I like white's position. I'm just throwing out new ideas. You know, this a4 thing, it might not even be a thing in Ruy Lopez, but it is a thing in chess, and I'm playing chess, so... He takes, but now my rook is super strong. And I didn't have to move it. So he moves his knight. He looks at the f4 square. But I'm ready to blow open the center, as mentioned, and develop at the same time. His king is still there, opposite my rook. That's not the alignment you want. But he simply won't take. And if I take, he can put a pawn there. Oh. Yikes, he took. Okay, well, he shouldn't have taken, but... Now he goes here, attacking a pawn, preparing queenside castling, which would be a mistake. We have a natural developing move, which also defends the pawn. Only other move to look at probably is push. You're hitting a knight, so he doesn't have time for much. If he takes, you're hitting the knight, but he can take your queen. We don't want a queen trade, so let's develop. He does not castle long, he's going to castle short with the protection of his pieces. Better idea. I wonder if I should throw in b6. He can't take with the a pawn. I don't want to spend any time defending it later, not that I might need to. It kind of forces him to take here, which kind of ruins his pawn structure. And then I have knight b5 ideas. At the same time, might not be worth it. So, like, there might not be a reason for it. Can we improve our queen and get it out of this alignment with his queen? Probably. He doesn't have a light square bishop. Maybe here. It defends the pawn. It looks at his light squares. Okay. Because I do want to push, but I don't want him to be trading queens. So now if I push and he takes and I take, his knight's hit and he doesn't get the queen trade. That's what I'm looking for. And queen b3 adds pressure in general. Frees up my knight if I want to move it, although it's nicely placed. So he jumps to f4, which hangs a piece. And we need to develop our bishop anyway, so we take it. We take it. And he resigns. And we have 2 pawns in the center, 2 knights, everything you're taught to do. I just want to double check quickly. Yeah, it's fine. Everything was fine. We'll try to get another one, since those were 2 super quick games. Why do we keep getting white? So now we're facing Min, who opens up with the knight. So I'm going to put 2 pawns in the center, and he's going to go here. This is the Nimza Witch defense. So I think if I push, we're in like some type of French. If I take, what's his move? Takes, and then it's just an open position. How do I transpose in a good way? I'm going to bring the knight out. Defend and attack the squares that he's defending and attacking. So right now I'm threatening to win the pawn. So he has to do something. If he takes, I can intermezzo d5. So he doesn't do that. He defends passively. So now if I take, he has to take with the pawn. But then we're both, it's symmetrical, open. I want to keep my advantage. So I should push. Okay, so now that we've transposed, he pins my knight. But that undefends this, so queen g4. I throw it in, free developing attacking move that looks quite annoying for him to meet. Not sure how he meets it. King f8. He throws in the check, so we're forced to take g6, which weakens the dark squares. He doesn't have a dark square bishop. So one of these, whichever one I do, he's probably going to go knight e7. So let's do this one, because we can maybe squeeze it in here. Oh yeah, this is similar to one of the speedrun games where I checkmated them, but they were castled. So I went here, and they castled and got checkmated. Yeah. I forgot castling was a move in that game. Yeah, and they castled, and then I just kind of creeped in here. And when they moved their knight here, I took it with my bishop. So how does this work now? I go here. His knight's pinned to the queen. So he can't go here because he loses the queen. He can't move his knight because it's tethered. He can't do anything but wait to lose. So if I go here, and he makes a random move, and then I go here, and then he goes here, fine. So let's go here and tether him. I guess we can include one of these moves that prevents the knight going to f5, or at least is the response to it, like we can capture. And then we could just sneak in on the dark squares, and there's no way to stop the mate. He moves his queen, which unpins the knight, so he can go here. But we have that developing move that we want to make anyway. We chop it because I don't think... Well, he has to take this way, but now you can't touch this square. You also can't give a check, so it's force mate in 1. Yeah. And this is why you don't play the French. Even though he didn't play the French, he played the Nimza Witch defense. But I tried to transpose it into something that he doesn't want. So like when they play this, they're doing it on purpose, obviously, because they want you to take the pawn. Maybe they're going to take with the queen. The most natural move would be to attack it, but that hangs this pawn right away. So they probably think, oh, you're going to do a normal move and defend, and haha. And all of a sudden, it's like playing the Scandinavian, like the lines where, you know, that look good for black, where they have their pieces out, their queen out, they long castle, they play e5, and you're like, what the heck just happened to me? How did black get so active? That's what they're hoping for. So that's what I didn't want to give him. So that's why I played this move, which is another weird move. My idea was if he takes this pawn, you can't take back because your central pawn's hanging. So I was going to push, displacing the knight. And in this scenario, you see they want him to go back home. Most people will just jump to the center, but that allows me to continue developing, and now I have the energy instead of black having the energy. So that's what we did. Just quick computer analysis to make sure I didn't blunder or anything. Okay, 94 all zeros, didn't blunder. I think that's probably enough games for one video. You see this is 1500, but they're still blundering constantly. You just have to keep up the pressure, and slowly they forget about their pieces. So good luck in your chess. Thank you for continually watching. Goodbye.